And if you guys don't mind, I wanted to uplift her story. Is that okay? So, Kayla's sister, Maria, and father were here at the TransMarch earlier at Dolores Park. Raise your hand if you went to Dolores Park today. That's it? Okay, raise your hand if you went to Dolores Park today. Thank you. Okay. So Maria and her father couldn't be here, so I just wanted to read a statement in regards to her sister. So for those of you, ignore the haters. For those of you who don't know who Taylor Moore is, she was a black trans woman who was killed inside her own house by the Berkeley Police Department. Okay? In 2013. Okay? She was cooking dinner for her housemates, and she was in need of a health check. And so instead of the police coming to help her, they ended up killing her. But not before she was brutally detained. There was a transphobic slur that was said to her that's in the police report, and it was all unnecessary violence. Unfortunately, Berkeley PD is not being held responsible, and unfortunately, this year, raise your hand if you've heard of the term pinkwashing. Okay, so the Justice for Taylor Moore Coalition, I see T over here, he's part of the coalition from the Transgender District. So police brutality is real, and it does affect trans people. But are you okay? Yeah. There's a lot of violence towards black trans people and different microaggressions, and you can't stick around for it. Yeah. So I just really wanted to anyways, so the Berkeley Police Department sent out an email that was intercepted, where they basically are encouraging all the police officers and the people who work for the city to come to San Francisco Pride on Sunday. And why? Not because it's a regular habit of theirs, but because they're trying to deflect against the sins of the Berkeley police. So it's a form of pinkwashing, right? They're like, okay, everybody, let's show up. Let's go to, let's have our own contingent at the San Francisco Pride March. That way we'll look extra ally-ish, right? But we don't want allies. We want people to be in solidarity. There's a difference, right? Right? Is there a difference? Anyone could put a rainbow on their jacket and be like, I'm a LGBT ally. But if you want to be in solidarity with trans people, you guys need to show up for the Justice for Kayla Moore Coalition, because now I'm going to have a personal moment. It is very hurtful that I feel that no one raised their hand when I asked if you knew who Kayla Moore was. Because she was killed right here in the Bay Area. And she was a trans woman. And she was black, and like everyone's like, Black Lives Matter, I'm an ally. But I appreciate your honesty though for saying you didn't know, that you had not heard of her. But a lot of people, okay, before I get censored, like a lot of black trans femme women in these spaces usually do, let me just finish saying something, because as I said, I was an organizer when it was anti-establishment, this march. That's when I was an organizer. Then when it got non-profitized, I'm not an organizer recently, but I support the TransMarch because I support you guys. I will always love the TransMarch because I love the attendees. Because I love the attendees, and I will always show up. And suit up. Kayla Moore, please hashtag Justice for Kayla Moore. And also, if you go on Sunday and you see the Berkeley Police Department, let them know that you're not a fan of their pinkwashing and that the Moore family deserves justice. And really quick, her sister Maria asked me if I could read a very short statement that she said, because she had to take her father home, that she was here in solidarity with us as the trans community. One question, can we also be in solidarity with the Justice for Kayla Moore? Thank you. So I'm going to read this statement really quick. Here it is. What do you say? Don't use it? Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, but okay, well, somebody was bugging me over here, so I had to go.
Wait. Maybe you put this like
no, I feel more comfortable with this one.
It's louder.
I know. Hello. Hey, honey. Okay. So guys,
They want you on the cable car, girl.
Okay, do you want me in the cable car?
Go on the cable, yeah.
I know, but I want to stand with the people, so. I want to stand with my friends, though. Those are my values.
I got you right here. Going way to YouTube.
Yeah?
We want you to use this mic, actually, because they cannot hear you.
Okay, I want to stand with my friends. I want to stand with the people. That's what I want to stand with.
I can hear you, sweetheart. She got her own
I got you. People didn't come today. They'll be able to see it on YouTube, okay? I got you.
Okay, there it is. So raise your hand if you've heard of Taylor Moore. Now you've heard of her, right? Thank you. Okay, so here's the... Okay, where's the other mic? Hi, Alex. Thank you for the resistance portion of Pride.
Yay!
Give it up. Well, as my friend Rosario that Dawson said, she's more about persistence than resistance, right? So sometimes resistance can be too reactionary. Hey, what's up, Jane? How are you, man? Okay, let me just say this statement really quick. Yes. Yeah.
Hi, Jane.
Okay. So this statement that I'm about to read is by my very dear friend Maria Moore. She is the sister of Taylor Moore, the black trans woman who was killed by the Berkeley PD. And we ask that the San Francisco LGBT Pride Board rescind their invitation to Berkeley Pride Department for trying to use our beloved Pride celebration as a prop, because pinkwashing is unacceptable, and we should uplift the dignity of trans women who've been killed and their families before we allow the police department to use our sacred community as a prop. So here's a statement ran by Maria Moore in response to the Berkeley PD's pinkwashing. Pride Month. Hashtag say her name, Taylor Moore. Taylor Moore was killed in the city she was born and raised, Berkeley, California. Taylor should be here today, marching with her friends in the city and enjoying life. Berkeley Police Department took her life, and they will never take her dignity and fighting spirit. Chief Greenwood, right? Give it up for never taking her dignity and fighting spirit.
Yeah.
Chief Greenwood was one of the first people my family met when we were finally allowed to receive the police report after over 3 months of begging for the truth. Mahan, the chief at the time, just stared with those cold eyes and forced smile. But I will never forget Andrew Greenwood, who gave a sympathetic apology with a little tear in his eye. I don't know who's worse, the stoic and obviously insincere Mahan, or Chief Greenwood, who at least looked you in the eyes while pretending to care. However, he too could care less. His memo, a trivial attempt to promote pride, did not mention Taylor at all. At all. Boo! Say it again. He states, and this is now from Chief Greenwood, this year we seek to affirm the Berkeley Police Department's commitment to and support of the LGBT community within our city and within our department in accordance with our dedication to safeguarding our diverse community and in treating all with dignity and respect.
Everybody shut the hell up.
Saying her name would not, thank you so much, thank you. Saying her name would not be a sign of guilt, or this is Maria Moore now. Saying her name would not be a sign of guilt or irresponsibility, but an honest act of respecting all Black lives. But rather, that acknowledge the black transgender woman who was killed by your cops. You just showed us all that you are another cop at the top who could care less. According to your memo, and this is back to the memo, Pride Month is the time to be recognized and support the LGBT community. And in closing, this is what Maria Moore says. She says, "No, Chief Greenwood, you don't need a reason to do the right thing. All year long is the time to recognize, respect, and show your commitment to the trans and LGBT community." Last time, let me say that last part last time, and then give the mic over to the TransMarch. No, Chief Greenwood, you don't need a reason to do the right thing. All year long is the time to recognize, respect, and show your commitment to the trans and LGBTQ communities. Say her name, Chief Greenwood. Kayla Moore, Maria Moore, sister of Kayla Moore. Say her name.
Say her name.
No, you say Kayla Moore. You say Kayla Moore.
Okay.
Say her name.
Say her name.
Okay, I'm going to say her name, and you're going to say Kayla Moore. Say her name. 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 Okay, and one last comment. No pink washing at Pride.
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 No pink washing at
Thank
Pride.
you.
No pink
Yo, yo, yo! Welcome! Welcome activists, welcome marchers, welcome trans folks to the Transgender March 2017 End of March. We've got a few End of March speakers that I think you're going to love to hear and see. First of all, we just want to put a hand up for one of our founders, Cecilia Chung. Cecilia Chung. Come on, let them see your face. Transgender activist, now strategic planner at the Transgender Law Center. Thank you for helping make this happen. And we're going to start tonight's talk with Susan Stryker. Dr. Susan Stryker, activist, historian, filmmaker, documentarian, member of our community, and just a beautiful, loving person. Susan, come on up.
Hey, thank you, Brad. Wow, what a great crowd. I remember being at the first TransMarch, however many years ago that was, and it's just really incredible to see how many people are here, to see the resistance, the resilience, the love, the pride. It's really special for me to be here speaking tonight, here at the corner of Turk and Taylor, next to this building. To my right, does anybody know what happened in this building here at the corner of Turk and Taylor 51 years ago? 51 years ago at this corner, trans people, trans women, drag queens, gay hustlers, people who lived in the neighborhood, they fought back against police oppression, against trans and gender variant, gender non-conforming, and queer people right here. Right here! Community fought back against police violence, against city policies that were tearing down working class neighborhoods all around us, that were displacing poor people, just like it's happening now. 51 years ago, trans people stood their ground right here in this neighborhood when this is the only neighborhood that trans people could live in because of employment discrimination, housing discrimination, transphobia, homophobia. This was the trans neighborhood in San Francisco. And when the police came here to raid the cafeteria that used to be in this building right here, corner of Turk and Taylor, Compton Cafeteria, one night in August 1966, trans people said, hell no. Hell no, we're not going to take this anymore. And that spirit of the Compton Cafeteria riot 51 years ago, I see it's alive now. We need it now in this political environment that we live in. We need that strength We need that determination. We need that resilience. We need to take the streets that we live in and make them ours. And I see this street filled with thousands and thousands of people. And I don't think that the women who fought at this cafeteria 51 years ago could imagine us all being here in this kind of joyous celebration, this fierce and loving resistance that we are still living today. They lit the spark. They were the spark that lit the fire that has been burning for half a century, and you are all the result of that. It is wonderful to see you taking up this space. It's wonderful. My work, I'm a historian by training. I'm a transgender person because that's how I got made and thrown into the world. And I will just tell you that the most important thing that I have ever done as a trans person and as a historian is to do the work that recovered the story of the resistance that happened in this building and to share it with people so that they could begin to remember the way we remember Stonewall, the way we remember Cinco de Mayo, the way we remember, the American Revolution, the way we remember that even though we weren't there. To be able to tell the story of the night in August 1966 when queens and trans women fought back against the cops and said, we're not going to take this shit anymore. To be able to tell that story to an audience and have people begin to remember it as part of the fabric of our culture's memory of LGBTQ and specifically trans remembrance, that is the most important work that I have ever done in my life. I am really happy that the city of San Francisco and trans activist communities today have done the work that is designating this neighborhood around the corner of Turk and Taylor as a transgender historical and cultural district, so that we can mobilize the story of our resistance in a way that is useful now to help people fight displacement, to resist gentrification, and to help keep the Tenderloin an affordable and safe neighborhood where people can live and where queerness thrives and walks on the street and is visible and beautiful just the way you all are right now. Thank you for being here tonight. Celebrate, have a great Pride, and thank you for giving me a few minutes of your time.
Yeah, Susan Stryker, oh my God, I'm such a fan. All right. You heard what she said. Today's just a day. We need you every day, fighting for our freedom in schools, fighting for our freedoms at work, fighting for our freedoms on the streets. Please, please. Next up is Alex UN.
Yay!
Francisco Pride, Grand Marshal.
Yeah!
Probably like the least of what he's done because he's been a social activist and trans activist for decades. We also know him as drag king,
30
right?
years.
He's one of the original drag kings in San Francisco, supporter of the TransMarch, and here he is to talk to us about what it means to resist. What up, y'all are beautiful out here. Man, I hate this fucking thing. What is this? I can't even get to the people. I feel you, Ashley. I can't get to the people. So let me tell you one thing. We are not going to give up, are we? No! They're not going to take our human rights, are they? No! And they, meaning the fucking Trump administration, is not going to decimate our community no longer. We need your voices. We need your bodies. We need you to stand up to those motherfuckers and tell them no! I'm tired of this shit. I don't know about you. But every day I turn around, there is some brown or black person that is missing or dead. And fuck that shit is so right. Because it is not right that our brothers and sisters are not taken care of. It is great that we have white allies that are looking after us, that are helping us. But we need people to do the work. It only starts with our celebration today and this weekend. It only starts here.
But I need you to take the promise to continue it. Because these people want us dead and eliminated. And that is not going to happen. And let me tell you why it's not going to happen. Because we are fucking strong. And we are fucking proud. And we are not going to let those motherfuckers take one more thing from us, are we? I've never been afraid to walk on the streets of San Francisco, my hometown, where I've spent 30 years of my life before I moved to Berkeley, and be called a nigger, be called a freak. It is not okay. It is not okay for our administration, even our city administration, to not take care of us, to not take care of our homeless, to not take care of our youth, to not build the backbone that needs to happen to make sure that we are safe in our lives. It is not okay. It is not okay for our brown and brothers and sisters to walk this street and be afraid of our PDs around the country and have to cross the street to be afraid that they may get into some conflict. It is not okay for the police department to walk in the house of some disabled person who is having mental problems and she ends up fucking dead. And she didn't do anything but not take her pills that day. It is not okay for the high percentage of our black trans brothers and sisters to be missing. It is not okay with the high percentage of our trans sisters, brown and black, to be dead. It is not okay, is it? No! Are we going to remain keeping it okay? Yeah! Those motherfuckers need to hear our voices, and they need to be with us when we make the change that says, get the fuck out of the White House, we're taking over. So I need you today to really, really think about how you, this human being, can do the work that takes care of all of us. We are a big community. We have a lot of fucking power, but they're frightening us or making us fearful and trying to take our power, and that's not going to happen. It really isn't going to happen. We are very strong and proud people. And I fucking love my community. And there is nobody that is going to change the love that we have for each other in our community and turn it into fucking hate. We need to assist love. Assist love, resist hate, resist the lies, resist the fears. We need to resist and resist and resist until we drop down. We are the front line, and in wartime, the front line was the important line because they, unfortunately, most of them died. But there was more to pick them up to go forward and more behind them. And we kept going and they kept going until we won. That is what we have to do. Use your social media. Use your social media. Use your voices. Use your brain. Use your love. And make sure that we love each other and keep it together. I'm Alex UN. We have a really important opportunity on Sunday as being your Grand Marshal that you, my community, put me in that seat. But I'm just representing y'all. It has nothing to do with me. Zero. It has everything to do with you. So here's what we're going to do. We have an opportunity to take the front of the parade, hear our voices, have every media channel listen to us, have every media channel go and film us before they get tired. But we are in the front. Cyclone Bikes go, the board members go, and then us, the resistance contingent. And we are going to scream in thousands. And I want all of you And I know who all of you are, and I know where you live, and I'll come and get you in the morning. I will. Ask my wife, she knows I'm magical. I will come and get you, because you need to be there at 9 o'clock at Justin Herman Plaza. 9 o'clock. And you need to be there with your voices, with your signs, with your bullhorn, and you need to follow me, or follow you, or however it works, I don't know where I'm going to be, but follow us. Join us. And let's resist this motherfucker and be heard. Thank you.
And some of you know what I'm going to back that shit up with, right? Take care of yourself first. Take care of yourself now. Take care of each other. Make your calls. Eat your food. Be healthy, because we need you to be your full, loving self. You want to show up for Alice? Show up for you first. You want to show up for your community? Show up for you first. Here's somebody that's been showing up for us. She's going to speak next. Jay Kim.
Yay!
This is where it started. Thank you, Ashley. This is where it started. Before Stonewall. Here on this intersection was a major moment in our history, in our civil rights. When people stood up, those that identified as transgender, as women, as intersex said, we will no longer be terrorized. This is our safe space, and we have created it, and you will not terrorize us in our homes.
Right.
And this month, I'm proud to stand with the Board of Supervisors, which unanimously named the Tenderloin and Mid-Market the first Transgender District in the country. But the Board of Supervisors didn't do this. It was the community that fought for this over the years, that fought to get our history recognized, that fought to get our fight recognized. And I want to thank Compton District Coalition, TDIJP, St. James Infirmary, the Q Foundation, the Legacy Business Coalition, Janetta Johnson, Honey Mahogany, Donna Gray, and Shane Watson, and so many individuals that fought for this to happen. But it is so much more than just about a district. We are not just here to put up name plaques and to commemorate our history. We are doing this district because you are fighting for our city. You are fighting for the city that we love. You are fighting for affordable housing. You are fighting for health care. You are fighting for women's rights, human rights, all of us to be here, our safety, and our homes. And when we talk about who is at the forefront of this fight here in San Francisco, it is this community that has been at the forefront of this fight because we love our city and San Francisco so much. So as an ally, I'm here to say thank you. Thank you for fighting for all of us. This is all of our fight. And I've said this before, but if you are not safe, I am not safe. If I am not safe, you are not safe. And so we stand here unified as a community, recognizing our pride. And thank you so much for doing this work as we continue to fight to make sure that we have housing for all. That we aren't building any more jails or prisons. That put individuals in place because they're different or because they're poor or because they're sick. Instead, we build housing, we fight for health centers, and we fight for a safe neighborhood for all of us. And here at the Compton Historic District, here in the heart of the Tenderloin, I'm here with you. Thank you all so very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, Jay Kim. We're bringing back to the mic, or for the first time to the mic tonight, Miss Cecilia Chung. She's got some special guests for us.
Yay, Cecilia.
I'm not speaking.
So hi.
Cecilia!
All beautiful.
Hi.
I'm just like two persons
I'm going to introduce their visitor, so let's be nice to them.
Microphone closer.
Okay, like this?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so we have two visitors, and let's be nice to them. They actually were the two of the actors from When We Rise. How many of you have seen When We Rise?
No, I haven't seen it, sorry.
If you have not seen it, go into Hulu and you can see the entire series. And I think that it's still on ABC. So it is about movement. It's about how we and the elders carry us from the 60s to the 70s to the AIDS epidemic to today. So there's a lot of history in that TV series that I would encourage you to take a look. So the two people that I want to introduce, one is playing Roma Guy, the young Roma Guy in When We Rise, and the real Roma Guy is right there, by the way. So and the other one is Emily Jess, and she's it's the same one. Okay, so Emily Jess playing Roma Guy in the series. And the other actress that I'm going to introduce is Ivory Aquino, who played me in the series. So let's make them feel welcome. I love you. Thank you so much. I love you. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you.
Hi, I'm Emily Six. I'm with When We Rise. And this is Ivory Aquino.
Hey!
I just have a few brief words.
Can you say your names again?
I'm Emily Skaggs.
And Ivory.
Mike up! Mike up!
Closer to your mouth.
Like this.
Yeah.
Okay. I just have a few words. My mom's motto has always been, I love you forever no matter what. That unconditional love gave me the room to take big risks, to learn, to grow, and with that came the knowledge that she would always have my back. In turn, she has taught me to love the same, and as an ally, simply, I pledge my love to this beautiful and diverse community unconditionally. And with that love comes my muscle and my strength. I will always have your back. I will never ever stop fighting for you, and in small daily ways and on the global and political scale. It is a deep honor to be here today with all of you, and a deeper honor to love you forever, no matter what. I look out in front of me and I see a sea of beauty, a sea of diversity, and a community. It's a community of beautiful, diverse trans sisters and brothers and allies, and it is a sight to behold. Because I grew up in the Philippines, and we were never allowed to organize like this. So this is a huge thing, and maybe we take it for granted, maybe we don't, but it truly is a beautiful thing to behold, and it is an honor to be here. Cecilia invited me to be here, and I honestly, I'm so shaking because I look around and I see people like myself who growing up, didn't have the opportunity. I never had the opportunity to have that.
You're our
So to
family.
be surrounded by this community is such an honor. A year ago, I flew back in from Vancouver into New York City because Cecilia asked me to be with her at Pride in New York City. She was a Grand Marshal, and we just finished filming When We Rise. A year ago, I was there with Cecilia, and I felt that I was there supporting her. A year later, here today, I feel that I'm here, I feel supported, and I feel that I want to give all that I have to support the community, because the we and When We Rise isn't about the people who made the show. It isn't just about the pioneers, but it's about all of us. It's about us. It's When We Rise. So hopefully, very soon, we indeed will all rise together. We will have equal rights just like everyone else, because we are as diverse, as beautiful as any other community, and it is such an honor to be in your presence. I love you all. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having us. And stay beautiful. Spread the love. Be yourself, because you are not just more than enough. You have your own unique voice, and there's no one else like you in all of creation. Spread your light. I love you guys. There's no one to take the mic for me. So I don't know what to say, but I love you. I will keep saying I love you until someone comes to me.
It's one that way already. So that concludes our program, and have a good evening. Maybe we'll see you on Sunday at the reception contingent.
Yes.